Have you ever looked at one of those giant, complex machines that build our world and just wondered what's really going on inside? What if we could actually give them a voice? What if we could make them smart? Let's dive into how we're making these incredible machines intelligent.
So picture this. You're on a factory floor. There's this critical piece of equipment humming along, but deep inside, something is starting to go very, very wrong. Now, what if that machine could send out an alert, a warning, telling you exactly what it needs right before a catastrophic failure? That single question is completely changing manufacturing as we know it.
You see, for decades, factories have been playing this dangerous guessing game. It's called preventative maintenance, and honestly, it's based on a simple but deeply flawed idea.
I mean, look at the difference here. It's a huge shift in thinking. The old way, preventive maintenance, basically meant stopping a perfectly good machine just because the calendar told you to. It's incredibly inefficient and just wasteful. The new way, though, predictive maintenance, that's like a doctor listening to a heartbeat. You only step in when the data tells you something is actually wrong.
And at its heart, the problem is so simple. The old system just treats every single machine like it's average. It totally ignores the reality that one machine might be under heavy stress while another one is running just fine. So you end up either fixing things that aren't even broken, or worse, you miss a huge problem that's about to cause a total shutdown.
So how do we get from all that guessing to actually knowing? Well, the answer is in a technology that connects our physical world to the digital one and finally gives these machines a voice.
At its core, the Internet of Things, or IoT, is actually pretty straightforward. You just attach some sensors to a machine. These sensors then gather data in real time, and that data gets analyzed. And just like that, you suddenly have complete visibility into the health and performance of that specific piece of equipment. No more guesswork. It's that simple.
Think about it like this. IoT is basically the translator for a machine's secret language. All the vibrations, the energy use, the temperature, it all tells a story. And for the first time ever, a machine can constantly report on its own status moment by moment in a language we can finally understand.
Okay, but how does this data actually get from some warring machine on a factory floor to a decision maker who can do something about it? The whole process is surprisingly elegant. It all happens in 3 simple steps. First, you connect. The IoT system is hooked up directly to the machine and its control panel. Second, you collect. The sensors start pulling in a constant stream of real-time data, things like electricity consumption. And third, you visualize. All that raw data gets sent to a user interface. The study mentions one called ThingWorx, which turns all those complex numbers into clear, actionable charts and graphs you can see on a screen, literally anywhere in the world.
And you know, this quote from the source material really nails it. It is all about visibility and awareness. Before this, the inner workings of a machine were a complete black box. With IoT, it's like the lights are finally on. You can see everything.
Now, this isn't just some cool tech demo. Being able to listen to our machines has massive, real-world benefits. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how factories operate, making them smarter, leaner, and even greener.
The study we're talking about didn't just propose a theory. They actually built it. They developed a practical, working model using IoT that could accurately track and figure out the real energy consumption of a machine. This is where the idea becomes a reality. And the results? They are totally transformative. Suddenly, you can get rid of energy waste because you know exactly what's being used and when. That improved efficiency doesn't just save money, it makes a company way more competitive. And it all leads back to that holy grail, having the perfect data to do real, proper predictive maintenance. So, what's the big picture here? We've seen how this works for one machine, but the implications are so much bigger than that. We're really looking at the blueprint for the factory of the future.
What's so powerful here is that the system they developed in this study isn't just a one-off fix. It's a framework. It's a model that can be scaled up and applied across an entire facility, weaving real-time data into a factory's core information systems.
And that leaves us with a final and pretty fascinating question. We've seen the power of giving just one machine a voice. But what happens when every motor, every press, every single component in an entire factory is connected and communicating? What new levels of efficiency and intelligence could we unlock when the entire factory starts talking? That's the revolution we are standing on the edge of right now.